Hello and welcome back to SpriteGuard Plays HyperRogue. Today we are setting off on a brand new adventure, and we're going to be trying to check out some of the new lands that have been added since we've seen them. Quite a few of them. Last time we saw the Hunting Grounds and the Terracotta Warriors. We still have not seen the, I think the volcano or the lava plain, something like that. And we have not seen any of the new stuff in 10.3. And so we're going to be looking for that, and we're going to refine the challenge a little bit. Because I think that really the key idea that I was trying to get at... Is that a new sandworm sprite? I like that. The key idea that I was trying to get at, that I want to pursue, is basically no wall hugging. As soon as I go into a land, I can't leave it, or I can't go back into the one that I came from. And so that'll still let us use the crossroads to get orbs, and it will still let us escape into lands. Escape into the crossroads. Let's see, this is a little bit thick. I'll call that good. Let's head down over here. I don't really want to go into the Hunting Grounds because it's something that we've seen before and is quite slow. I want to try and find faster lands to explore and kind of get us started out. So let's see if we can get into this cave. And there we go. So now we have this choke point. We can take care of all of these desert men. There we go. And now we are just picking up some gold. And really fighting the temptation to wall hug. It is at its strongest in the living cave because it's so easy and so frustrating to get lost here. But I believe that we can do this, and we can, we can use certain strategies. Like, once we start getting close to 10, it's just generally good practice to start looking for an exit before you hit your 10th treasure. Because of that little difficulty spike. And so here, we have a perfect situation where we have 2 treasures we can grab on our way out. And then we can block that in, and that goblin can't even get to us. And then we just have to walk a little ways into the jungle to spawn some new ivies, just so that we're not in a really tangled area. So we can, we can still stay near this crossroad as long as we don't go into it. Because I would like to, keep it. I think it is somewhere that we want to go in the relatively near future. The jungle is one of the places where I most heavily rely on wall hugging as a strategy. And so it's one of the most difficult areas to do this challenge. And we are at 8. I believe Alt will help us see, but it looks like we're just going to dig up a couple more rubies and then we will be done. Oh, this is a double. Doubles are really tough. But there we go. We managed to do it because I knew that I could. I knew that there was a way to fight them, and I looked at it, and I kind of did a little bit of mental math and figured out that we were good to go. So we do want this Land of Eternal Motion, and we can go into it with an Orb of Flash to give us a little bit more of an advantage. And this will get us the Orb of Safety. And this is an area where I'm very comfortable. We're not going to be wall hugging. Wall hugging strats are very unstable, but Vipul, one of the speedrunners of this game, found a really interesting wall-hugging strategy that it turned out to be really useful. Let's see, I want to get as close to these dogs as I can, and then explode, and then head into the living fjord. But we do not want garnets yet. There is so much more for us to do before we get garnets. Because as soon as we get garnets, we can't go back. We will have water elementals in the game. And that just makes things so much harder. And so much more dangerous. Not even that it makes it difficult, but that it makes it so dangerous that we can just get into a situation that we can't get out of. And I actually realized that usually I go for 25 Phoenix Feathers, and I did not even bother to do that. But now I'm going to kind of sail around, see if there is a water border that we can escape through. Though the game is feeling like it really does not want to give me any exits. I saw a land border over there, I'm not sure what it is. It's a Hall of Mirrors. I don't like the way this is shaking out. So it looks like we won't be able to get into that Hall of Mirrors unless my memory is really good. And there it is. Alright. So I got lucky seeing that. It wasn't, all just my memory being really good. I got lucky seeing that cluster of boats. And now in the Hall of Mirrors we have our mimics to protect us. And so things go a lot more easily. This is one of the fastest lands. It is now one of the more dangerous lands. It didn't used to be. It used to be one of the easiest. But once the mirror spirits were added and the hallways, it became a lot more difficult. And, one frustrating thing about the Hall of Mirrors is that once you run out of mimics, it becomes very difficult to fight the mirror spirits. Because their spawn rate just goes up once you kill them. What's this? A minefield? Not a great place to escape into. So it looks like we're going to have to, let's see, fight these guys off. And I do not remember. Okay. The mimic kills the mirror spirit, so that is what we wanted. And then, let's see, can we get both of those guys? We cannot. So we want to... we can't actually hit the mirror spirit with the mimic, and so I'm going to head over here, and then we can kill the mirror spirit like that. And then I'm going to step over to this minefield, and we can get into it, so that's perfect. And now we're in the minefield, and the minefield is, at low treasures, not very difficult. It's, it's one of those areas where you have to be careful, but there is not a lot threatening you, and it's all very well controlled. So let's see, this one's satisfied, so we can go there. And then that one's not quite satisfied, so we've hit a little bit of a dead end. This one is satisfied, so we can go there and there. This one, again, satisfied, so we can go there, and that's opened up a new area for us to explore. So that's the kind of thing that happens in the minefield. You're just looking for that wedge. Now, one danger of the minefield is that Once you start leaving eggs behind, it can become more dangerous because you get those bomber birds. And so once again, as we're looking for the exit, I want to hold off on collecting treasures. Now, this would be a pretty good land to get 25 in if we wanted to. Let's see, that's an Ivory Tower. There are no exits from the Ivory Tower, so we're going to head this way. Land of Storms will get us killed. Let's take a look at the overview, because I want to see, you know, what new things might we have unlocked, what do we need. And so I'm looking... Volcanic Wasteland requires 10 elixirs of life. Okay, so we need to head to the Alchemy Lab. And let's see, the Blizzard looks new. We need 5 ice diamonds, which we have, and 5 dove feathers, so we need to go to the Windy Plains, which we have. And then, let's see. Is that everything new? I'm kind of going over this, trying to see if there's anything else I don't recognize. And I'm not seeing it. But, oh, Jelly Kingdom, I do not recognize that. Let's see, 30 treasure, we have that, and we need 10 elixir of life, so we need to get out of here and find our way to an Alchemy Lab, which we have not seen. I don't think we've seen any of those. At least not that I remember. We might have encountered one. So this is a land that has always been really difficult for me. And I've always used wall-hugging strategies here, so this is going to kind of put us into a new situation. And we're mostly just trying to get out of here. We did not actually finish that minefield. I was not paying enough attention. We can escape through this icy land, I think. That's the best way to do this, because we don't need fern flowers just yet, and this will give us a lot of empty space to explore and try to find that Alchemy Lab or a crossroads. We're starting to get pretty far into this run, and I would like to find my way out of it. You know, we can go into this minefield again. You know, it's not too difficult to explore the minefield. We do sometimes have trouble getting out of it. Yeah, situations like this where you can't quite get to the exit, but that has revealed this cell for us. And there we go. So that's got us into a crossroads. Let's take a look if we can find an orb of safety. Maybe we should go along the edge of this land of eternal motion just to improve our chances of seeing one. And I see one over there. I don't know if we can get to it. Ah, no, that dog's going to prevent us. So let's see. Ah, we can't go back into that crossroads because of the rule. And so now we have to find... And there's an orb of safety right there. So we got that, and that's where we're going to leave it. We're starting a new adventure, so we didn't do too much today, but I am looking forward. I'm optimistic here. I'm feeling hopeful as we go into this. Let's see if we can go for more than 2 episodes. So until next time, thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.